Podfix.
This is Howard Cosell. Up and down, all around. I don't believe it. The jab to the left is Mouse. Weens steps back and looks forward and says, I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Mouse and Weens and a 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 mouse and Weens, mouse and Weens and a mouse and Weens, mouse and Weens.
Oh, wow, my sister. My sister. Welcome to Mouse and Weens, everybody, and the listeners that rhyme with sisters.
Sisters.
I'm Joelle. I'm Mouse. I'm the mom one down in San Diego.
I'm Weens. I'm the single one, swinging up in LA.
Woo! Swinging. I keep banging. I'm in a weird new setup. I moved my thing around. Oh, wait. We're on
You
YouTube.
look like you're in a Japanese massage parlor.
I am not. I'm in my non-Japanese guest room, but the bed was not made, so I made a little... And I thought I'd try some new lighting. What do you think?
Oh, you look gorgeous and natural.
And I just came from the gym, and I have zero makeup on, and I didn't curl my eyelashes. But
I think you're a natural beauty. You're one of those natural, like a little baby who just got delivered into a natural state of love.
Yes, I have all this white, what was that called? That sticks to the babies?
Detritus?
Detritus.
Detritus. What's that?
No, detritus. I think that means anything that's like when you see a big pile of leaves that's all like rotting.
Oh yeah, it's that.
That's not what's on me. What is the?
It's flotsam and jetsam. Have you ever heard of that?
Jetsam? Yeah, I'm gonna look these things up.
That means a bunch of debris in the ocean.
Oh, I just snuck out from behind my microphone. My tooth is still gaping.
She's got a big hole in her tooth like a Irish dock worker. Let's see it.
No. Let's talk about you. How are
good.
You? You were saying you're not doing well. You're feeling sick, huh?
Yeah, but that's a real downer. And I'm going to bounce back. I'm coming back. You know what I do? I called our mother and I said, what do you do for your six? She said she puts on eucalyptus in the humidifier, that oil, you blow it in the air. Mm-hmm. Yes. And then eucalyptus and tea tree oil and peppermint. I think that solved all my problems.
Really?
I'm sitting around watching The Wire. That also helps to get you out of a sickness.
Wow. Do you think you didn't catch this wasn't the big COVID? No symptoms like that, right? Or now, are you one of the people that has to be like, yes, I've had symptoms, like when you go places?
Maybe. You know what it is? It's because I probably lied. I didn't want to go to the doctor, but I said, I have some symptoms, so I don't want to come in, so I could do the video chat so I didn't have to leave. And that was punishment. Karma for lying about being sick because I just wanted to have a quick doctor visit.
Wow. Do you believe in karma? Do you think that's a real true thing?
I think that as a politician, I was going to try to get out of answering that and put it back on you, but I guess I will say, yeah, a little bit, but I think it's more in your own shady, actually, okay, yes, I do, because that happened. I haven't had any sickness in a really long time. And I said that and it happened. And then something else also happened. I said, wouldn't it be interesting if I broke this one dish that I've had for 25 years? Oh, no. I said, that's weird that I've never broken this. The next day I broke it.
You willed it into happening. Oh no.
It's happened like this whole week where if I think of something, I looked at my washing machine and I said, that's weird. This washing machine hasn't broken down and it's really old. Guess what happened? The whole thing filled up with water and it wouldn't drain. And I had to pull all my clothes out and drain them and then figure out what the problem was. And I said, please stop thinking about things. I'm like Drew Barrymore's fire starter or something.
Oh, remember that?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's even the plot line. Do you believe in karma?
Yes, but I don't know if it'll happen in this lifetime. That's how I see it. I think people, what if they're reincarnated as the snails that they squished, and that's their karma. That worries me because I squish a lot of snails, but
You're coming back as a big old slimy
I know.
ball of toothless snail.
They have teeth. They have little red things that come down and go, eh, eh. Yeah. What do they call
What do
them?
they chew on?
Arthropods, leaves and stuff. And
Are you annoyed right now? Let's get into your psychological state. What's going on?
No, I'm not.
I'm a little bit annoyed. What happened today?
No, nothing.
Mhm.
I'm fine. No,
Something happened.
nothing happened. Well, I'm annoyed that I didn't get to put makeup on. I would have felt
Really?
a lot more comfortable. But yeah, no, Charlotte did my hair. Whoa, what is that? Why is it so gapey? Parted down the middle. I feel very young and hip. I've got braids in the back.
It's
You can't
cute.
see them, but
I think you look beautiful, except for
Well,
that
thanks.
armpit that just showed. Go look on YouTube if you want to see your armpit.
see my
Get out of there.
guns out, sun's out, guns out. Ow, oh, but I hurt my
Wow.
shoulder. Yeah, I've been
don't
working
do
out.
that.
So summertime, I wanted to talk about summer camp because this is what's on my mind. Do you mind if we segue into this?
Let's do it.
Weens, what are your summer memories? Do you remember going to camp? Did you like camp? Did you ever do sleepaway camp? Any of this business? Or like, as the mom of 3 kids, I do this every year to myself and I come up short. I never know what to do. So tell me about your camp thoughts.
Well, you were there because you are my sister. And as you might have remembered, we didn't do any camp except for Girl Scouts, unless
Right.
you got some special treatment because you're the firstborn, which is always possible. Did you ever go to summer camp?
Just Girl Scout camp. That's the same thing. And,
Yeah.
But how did it work? I was trying to remember. Did we sleep there or was it a day camp and then like one sleepover?
I
Yeah.
think there was a couple days sleepovers, maybe at Los Trampas or somewhere up in the Bay Area. We have a little horse area. There were a couple of those, I remember.
It was more
No,
like
it was farther. Lafayette.
Concord or something, or in between Twin Hills, or there were 2 peaks or something about
Okay.
peaks. I don't know.
The old Two Peaks camping. Anyone know where we're talking about? We don't either.
So did you love it? Did you look forward to
yeah.
it? Were you nervous? Like, what are your thoughts?
I barely have any childhood memories, except I do remember being vaguely in a strange. I do remember 2 people in wheelchairs, and they had to operate through a thing in their mouth. And we were taught to be very caring and accepting of the 2 people. And I remember, I only have memories where they're kind of dramatic. And I remember that it was so sweet that everybody was really caring. The kids didn't make fun. There was but I just remember thinking how hard it would be because we were on dirt in the backwoods. And
that's good. But
I remember
memory.
By the way, Camp Crip or Crip Camp, I can't remember, documentary is so good about the movement for disabled people.
Oh, that's
it
cool.
sounds like something like, it's going to be hard to watch, but it's so uplifting.
Nice. Oh, is that Netflix? I remember you
Yes.
telling me. I need to write these things down because I hear it, I want to watch it, and then I forgot. I'm writing
Okay,
it
what
down
about
now.
you? I don't want to derail into my stories.
No,
What do you remember?
derail away. Same memories. I remember loving going to camp. I remember somebody's mom drove us. I don't know who, but she was in a little RX-7, and that was when we got to listen to "You Dropped a Bomb on Me."
Wait,
baby, were you in the
I
same
was
car?
there.
Yeah,
I remember this. She was a really cool mom, and
It's
it was
a cool
this hip.
mom.
She had long brown hair.
Yes. Who
Much
is she?
like-
Yeah,
I have
you're
no
her.
idea, but it was a new person, and she was so cool. I remember
Yes.
thinking, oh,
She was like a teenage type mom, but I think she was older. Like she was a normal mom age, but she just
Yeah.
seemed so hip and cool and like a disco queen, like
yeah,
early 80s and rocking out and all the windows are down. I remember the wind in my hair and
It was
feeling
such
cool.
a cool trip. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. I didn't know
I thought you
remembered
looked
that.
familiar. That's so funny. Okay.
And then, yeah, the Girl Scout camp, I remember learning how to dunk all of our, pots and silverware in the 3 different bins. That was our mesh bag. Do you remember that in Girl Scouts?
No, but of course you would remember something that has to do with something domestic. I just remember like chasing like some fire, like
Oh.
making a campfire and sticking our marshmallows, and mine would always burn too crispy. I would always light them on fire.
Always. Why?
Fire.
I know.
You
You're
were like the nice
pyro.
"Oh."
Yeah, I liked all that, making all the crafts. I remember all of our silly crafts and things like that. But I also had
Wow.
a huge crush on one of the camp counselors who was older. He must have been a high schooler at that point, but I think his name was Wild Man. That's what it was. Everybody had like a nickname. Do you remember Wild Man?
No, I didn't know there
Oh,
were boys there.
he
I
looked
thought there
kind
was
of
all
like
girls.
Paul Rudd. I think it was when my Paul Rudd thing started. It was all because of
Oh,
Wild Man. Oh, so
wild
I
man. He was
know.
probably 12 and a little twink.
No, he had muscles and a muscle shirt and
Really?
he drove. It was like, yeah, he was older. My first
What
older
is that
crush.
about young girls really liking any kind of teacher, professor, authority figure, camp counselor? Is it just
Mm,
girls liking older boys, or is it some kind of we're watching them on the stage? What do you
Probably,
think?
yeah, power, cool thing. Like they're just confident. Confidence is attractive, right? And so if someone's up there
Yeah.
commanding the room and they know what's going on, it's nice. It's cool.
Wow.
Quarterback of the football team. Woo.
Woo.
Kind of the bad boy, that's always
Oh,
exciting too.
really? Because a
Yeah.
wild man?
Yeah, he was like, he was cool. Anyway,
Really? Oh,
and
Joe.
he saw
I like that.
nothing in little 12-year-old me. Just
Oh,
kidding.
that's probably good, or else he'd
Weird,
be in
right?
prison.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Totally.
I
So,
kind of have a little crush on one of my professors
mm,
who's 35, and he's but I see what I'm doing. He's just the guy that you have to sit there and watch for 3 hours, 2 times a week, and he's smart, and
and this
he's
is
kind
all
of
on
cute.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Zoom crush. Oh,
Yeah, and you could be a weird creeper because nobody turns their cameras on, and you can just watch him, and I'll look in the background and go, oh, he's got a weird statue. I wonder what that. Oh, what are his books? Let me zoom in on those. And then
that's so
nobody will
great.
ever have to see you. You could just be creepy.
Wait, what was that other? You were doing like a meditation Zoom and there was some dude from there too. Remember?
Oh yeah, there was a cute meditation guy from my death. It was a death meditation, and yeah, he was cute.
I love it. And you
Yeah.
zoomed in on him. I think you sent me a screenshot. Like, look at him.
Oh, so creepy. I'm so sorry.
No, but it's
I'm
fun.
not supposed to be doing any of this. It's bad.
But it's boring sitting on Zoom forever.
Especially when you're meditating. Why not be looking at cute boys?
So
Especially when you look
okay.
like a witch.
I know your hair is wild and woolly. I like it though.
We're both we both came in because we're
Coming in
holding each
hot.
other to our 2:00
I know you picked
recording
this time.
session.
Well, I was trying
Okay.
to follow up with you and be like, is it 2:00 on the dot, or does that just mean 2:00 and thereafter?
Always on the dot.
On the dot. Okay. All right. I gotta know that.
Always on the dot. I'm set up and ready to go I've been planning on this all week, and I say
Okay.
2:00, 2:00.
All right.
It's in the head
did
and the
it.
calendar.
We're
God
here.
damn, just shut
It's here.
Okay, so camping, and you're worried about your kids don't have a
Well,
place to go?
yeah.
Or you want to
Okay.
get rid of them?
Well, it's the laying around playing video games. It's the story of my life, right? I'm going to be an old lady on my deathbed talking about how many video games my kids played. And, when we were little, we ran around outside a lot. We were just creative, and we also had a lot of restrictions, and we weren't allowed to be on TV or video games. But life is different now. I don't want my kids all running around in the creek for 8 hours. I don't know what they're going to get into. And people are weird. People call CPS on you if you leave your kids out too long or let them walk around too much. I don't know. And mine are all older, 10 and up. So I think they would be okay. But anyway, it's also hot and hilly and
rattlesnakey.
rattlesnakey and coyote.
So what would be, we had this with Toby where we didn't know, like, I don't really know what his interests are these days or what would hold his attention, because he was so specific to certain things, like very hyper focused on one thing. It was Thomas the Train, obsessed. And then we got him Batman, it was cartoons and
Legos.
So
he did all those, and he did come out of that, and now he's obsessed with real cars, and he finished his online permit test. So now that came in the mail, and we can take it to the DMV and get his actual permit. And then he's going to start driving with us. And then he'll be 16 in August. So he'll get a license after that point. So that has captured his brain, and we can drive down the street and he'll tell me make, model, engine size, how rare they are, what they cost. I mean, it's like, this is really his thing. So it would be great to get him into something like that. He's taking auto body in high school, but as for a job, I don't know. So this is it, though. He has a car coming. He's going to have to put gas in it. I'm like, this is the summer. You need to get a job. So
Ooh, snap.
he's kind of taken care of. Plus, there's like tennis camp I was going to sign him up for because he loves tennis still.
Wait a second. Is he going to really get a job? He certainly turned down my Baskin Robbins application.
I know.
Remember?
I tried too. Well, it's all about Sam. His best buddy, Sam, he wants to hang out with him. And Sam's sister works at Filippi's Pizza. So Sam's thinking of working there. Therefore, Toby's thinking of working there, which would be so cute.
That would be awesome.
And it's right next to Dream Dinners and Orange Theory, two of my hangouts here in Poway. So can I talk about
carpools?
Yeah, I want to talk about Dream Dinners too, really quick, because I wanted to talk about this. Because of our ads, we had someone sign up for Dream Dinners, and I talked to her recently, and she told me she was like, yeah, I heard the intro deal and I thought I'd try it out. She's like, oh my gosh, it changed my life. It's the best thing. And I was like, see, it's really great. She goes, like, I know. And the kids love the meals and they're so easy to make. So if anyone does want to do this, just try it and see. I'm so excited about it. I really am. Like, this is real. And use Mouse and Weens 99 at checkout if you go to dreamdinners.com or our website, mouseandweens.com, and click the link right there on the top. Put in Mouse and Weens 99 if you're in San Diego. They have a San Marcos location and a Poway location. And what it is freezer bags full of already prepared food, awesome sauces. And that's kind of where I fall short is I don't want to go buy the foods. B, all the prep work and the cleanup and the chopping and the cutting boards and then the sauce. Like, I just put the same stuff on all the things I normally cook. So they make it so easy and it's different and it's fun and wonderful. And the kids love it. The hubbies can help make it. The kids help make it. Anyway.
So what can you talk about what's the intro cost for people just to wrap their head around?
Oh, well, it depends on what size family you have or how many meals you get. You can get
but it's affordable.
Yeah, super affordable. I think it breaks down to be about $6 a meal. But with this intro, $99 off, that's a huge amount off.
That's huge. It's really good.
It saves over, I think they did some stats, and it saves $200 a month from going to the grocery store and buying everything.
I just did my grocery budget. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. For
really?
one human being is like $400, but it's because I buy all the dumb little trinky stuff like weird barbecue sauce and honey mustard. Right. And, it's all those little.
To get the sauces, you have to buy the whole jar or whatever. I like this because it's already in a little Ziploc and you just squeeze it out for that meal and that's that. And it's very good and interesting. But yeah, it saves money, time. You don't have to go grocery shopping. And they deliver it right now too. So you can even have it just show up on your doorstep and it's free. So check it out. Dreamdinners.com. Go to mouseweens.com.
What are you getting? A kickback? There. Come on. Hey.
No, I'm not. Kidding. This really is. We're doing trades.
It's really good.
We've worked out our deal and it's wonderful. And they are our official sponsor. So I wanted to get that in there because it was a real testimonial that really happened.
I'm just kidding, by the way.
We have a convert.
We are sponsored by them. And
that's right.
But it's because the whole reason is because you love them and you reached out to them because they're so great.
Yeah.
And my sister, by the way, likes to do this. You just are a good person in that if you believe in something, someone's friend, like Pink Pearl Beauty. You're like, I love her stuff and I want to help her out. So you just are really good at that. And
thank you. I do it's
honest.
I got Oliver Klempt yesterday talking about this, but I really do see our world as one big collective person. Like we're one heartbeat. We're all connected and we should all help each other out. God, I'm such a sap. I instantly get all teary-eyed, but it's true. It really is true. So I really do feel like if we all helped each other, we could all be lifted
and
up.
She really does that. You really do that. You show up and you help people. The difference between you and me is that I'll think it and I'll talk about it, but you actually do it.
You help people all the time. you know this too.
Yeah, but then they end up staying at my house for 3 months and I can't get them out. I have to be discerning about who.
Yeah, I know. It's a thing.
I know. I'm getting better.
Yeah.
Boundaries. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want some free counseling, I'll give you my past 3 years of counseling experience and therapy.
Okay. Boiled down to
Boundaries.
okay, good.
Okay.
Let's honestly, let's do a whole episode on that because I think that's an important topic. Could we?
And the reason
the
is for
future?
people, especially for people like you, and I'll include myself in this, but you are a giver. There's a lot of people out there who like to give and support and help, but then what happens to you? You sit on the couch for 2 seconds and you fall asleep because you've been helping everybody else for, the
Zooming
past.
around too much. Yeah.
There is something to like, it bothers me, my sister, oh sister,
Oh yes.
that you don't, that's, I like that your little gap tooth just came
No,
out.
I'm trying to hide. Okay.
Oh, me? And her little debutante with the weird hole in your tooth.
All right. All right.
Point is, you don't chunk away any time for yourself. And that bothers me because it would also rejuvenate you to be a better support to others. So I would like you to help me even better by getting yourself a break.
Okay.
So why don't you be present when you're helping me? Okay.
I was just talking to my friend Melissa, and she was telling me about this great massage therapist she has. And then Carla was telling me about an acupuncturist she has. And I have a massage coupon to get, and all these things sound wonderful. So
Are you going to do it? But you said that you don't want to waste money on massages because you feel like it's just someone's giving you a quick.
What kind of massage is that?
What kind? You tell me.
Yeah,
tell me about that one massage
rubby. What?
Yeah.
Who? No. Yeah, I need to do it more. I know I do. It's just, it also, in my weird, we grew up poor brain, I don't like wasting money on myself. So I'd rather sock it away for something or somebody else. I don't know.
And then you get hit by a car and then.
But I'll be nice and strong and stiff and I can not get impacted by the car. I don't know.
You're supposed to be drunk and loose. Okay,
right. There we go. Okay. Well, yes. So anyway, back to how did we get here? Dream dinners.
We got here by
Philippi's.
camp.
Yes. Toby working. Toby will be set. He'll have a job and maybe a tennis camp. So I'm not worried about him. 15-year-old done. 14-year-old. Now, Elliot is in a phase of arguing with me about everything. And arguing with his father about everything, and arguing with his friend about everything.
What kind of camp is that? Political?
Debate camp.
Yes, do it.
I found a flyer come through from one of the local high schools. He's an incoming freshman, but it's not his high school, but still they have a camp. Send him to debate camp. And I was so excited to find it. I sent it to Dave. I'm like, look at this. This would be perfect for him. He's like, do it. Because, Dave being a lawyer, he's like, yeah, the kid may grow up to be a lawyer. This is a good thing. I mean, he's just got an answer for everything. I don't know if anyone else out there, the listeners, if you guys have a 14-year-old, is this normal?
Yes, it is.
My child being a know-it-all, is this a normal part of development? They have to assert
themselves?
Yes,
it is. Okay. Ask me. I'm learning about all this.
Okay.
My hot professor.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah. So is 14 is so when pubes sprout, so do their arguments.
Yeah. And tongues. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They're breaking the cord. They're feeling out their individuality. They're pushing back. And this is the few years that you'll have to deal with. I think it's 12 to 15.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll have to look up the actual numbers, but this is the time when they're individuating and are learning themselves. And you just have to roll with it and take it. And it's awful.
It is a lot. And he just individuates all the time. And so I finally presented this debate camp idea to him. And he's like, no, I don't want to go. It's going to be full of nerds. And I'm like, hey, this is, if you're going to argue all the time, do it in this setting. They'll teach you how. I was talking to Melissa again, and she actually she had a debate scholarship and did her whole college based on debate. It's a great thing, right? And you become this leader and you're confident. And so I told Carla for Caden too, let's do it for both of them. But it was hilarious because last night we were all together and the boys were going at it again about something, maybe video games, whatever it was. We were playing the cornhole, bags game, bean bags, and they were fighting over something else. And it's like, so then we hatched the plan that we're going to tell them that we're sending them to debate camp, but it's just going to be the two of them. And it's actually going to be a counselor. And then they show up debating and they're going to get, they're going to do some work together and figure this thing out.
Wait, I don't really get. Oh, okay. It's
That's just a joke. That's a joke. I wouldn't really, but it could be good. They actually probably do need a counselor to work their stuff out.
They're like an old married couple.
They are. They're little argumentative men.
So is it going to work, or can you force him? I would just stick him there and drop him off.
Yeah.
That's what the Native Americans do. They drop the kid off on the 14th birthday and then come back in a year and tell him to live in the woods.
Oh my God. On their 14th birthday. See? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. There's a reason for this.
I don't feel too bad. I think I will.
I hung out with the animal tracker, Damien, and he was from the Apache tribe, and he taught us how to track animals. And also he told that story. He goes, oh yeah, they do it. They stick you there and you learn how to live in the foothills and kill your animals. And so just do that.
Okay.
When he's 15, he won't talk back anymore.
Oh my God.
Become a
Missing
man.
persons poster. That would be interesting. I would miss him. Well, I do think about, there is another sleepaway camp, and the YMCA up in Julianne has one I was thinking about. But I did look up an article on if it's good or not to send your kid to sleepaway camp, because I don't know. I think you're frozen. You're looking off to the side and you're just stuck there.
No, I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, there you are. Okay. We had an unstable connection.
This might be my internet, because this happened the other day with someone else.
Oh, okay.
Let me open my door in case that helps the connection. Do you mind pausing for a sec?
Nope.
Okay. Joe?
Yeah?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Why?
You don't seem like happy.
I guess maybe I just feel like, oh, she only has an hour. We got to go. Like,
really?
I don't know. Yeah. You're busy.
Yeah, but not today. I'm not, but okay. I like to have a set plan so we don't.
I know. It's stressful.
Get loose. Okay. All right. Hold on.
All right. Okay.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Are you okay? You didn't actually stop your recording, did you?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. Okay, so back to camp. So I looked up whether or not camps are good. Are they going to be running? Are they not going to be running? I mean, we're just coming out of vaccinations. Certain kids have them, certain kids don't, depending on the age. I know that I am so anxious for them to get out there and interact with friends and have a good active summer after being home for so long. And they are going to school, so they're getting a little bit of that, and it's great. I've seen such different attitudes now. The boys are so much happier. But I
really?
Yeah, they really are. And at first they fought me on it. They wanted to stay home, but they come home kind of chipper, and they like their little schedule, and they wake up all ready to go to school. And yeah,
we are social creatures. We need it.
Yeah, it was a good call. As much as they thought they didn't, they do. Mother knows best.
Yes.
I will sing it for you later if you'd like. Okay, so only 18% of camps are sleepaway camps. The rest are day camps. What are they going to look like now with COVID? So the New York Times here did a comparison between the CDC control and prevention, and then how camps are going to be run safely. But they looked back at last year's summer camps, and that was when, do you remember when they had big outbreaks at summer camps? Like there was this one camp in Georgia. It was an overnight camp, and it caused the camp to close because it was like, what was it? Nearly half of the 597 campers got COVID.
Ooh.
I remember that. That was like, ooh, good thing we're not open over here yet.
Wow.
Yeah. But they didn't have certain protocols yet, like masks and open doors and ventilation. There was vigorous singing and cheering. So that was the problem. So
it's just singing.
I know, right? And it does seem like now everybody's wise to the ways, right? Of all this outdoor stuff. In Maine, another camp had, let's see, between June 15th and August 16th, they only had 3 positive cases out of 1,000 campers about. So they're starting to get it at that point. Now they are calling for outdoor, masked, and distanced activities whenever possible. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with all this, but I'll post this in our show notes, the article. But basically, it seems like camps are safe. Camps are opening. People are scrambling to get into them. And it's just a question of, do you do overnight or day camp? And
how do you feel?
I've never sent my kids to overnight camp in the summer. Toby went to one in 6th grade sleepaway camp, but Elliot opted not to go. He never wanted to go. And so I don't know.
What do you worry about? What's your fear? Touching?
I guess, yeah, that he'll be breathing all these people's air for a whole.
Oh, I meant like weird overnight.
Oh, like molester people?
Yeah.
Oh.
How much is that on your brain? Like kidnappings and molestings and.
Not very much anymore. Just Charlotte being a 10-year-old girl. Like we went to Friday Night Lights football the other night. Elliot's playing flag football, and the girls ran off to the playground, which is quite a ways away. And there's no big lights on that area of the park. And so that was nerve-wracking, but she was with 4 girls. They were all 11, 12 years old. But it was the same place where Chelsea King was found murdered, in the trails right behind that area of the park. So it is like close to home.
That's a San Diego famous story. I don't know.
Yeah. Who was her murderer? I'm going to look this up.
Probably that guy that chased you when you were jogging around the lake.
He's still around. He's still at it. That guy.
There's a jogger that jogs right behind you.
No, shoulder to shoulder, right next to you.
Oh.
Right next to you.
And he just does it, and there's nothing the cops can do. And he's a creepy guy that if nobody else is there,
yeah,
like you were there at 6:30 in the morning or something, and he just went shoulder to shoulder with you
for like it's a 5-mile loop, so about 2 miles. He was shoulder to shoulder with me, didn't talk to me. I slowed down to let him go ahead. He slowed down. I sped up. He sped up, shoulder to shoulder, until finally I was like, I don't know what to do. He came out of the bushes too. That was the other creepy thing. He came out of the bushes in a full jogging suit with a water bottle. So I'm like, okay, maybe he lives up there. But the fact that he was like pacing me, it was so weird. And then as soon as I got in sight of the cars, like where the parking lot was, I sprinted. And I finally lost him. And I looked over my shoulder back and I saw him go back down into the bushes.
No.
Yes. And there's articles about it too. I'll post those too. But he's
How can you not?
He's not doing anything. He hasn't been caught doing anything bad. He's just there jogging. He just happens to be 2 inches away from you.
He's the shoulder to shoulder guy. That's so creepy.
It's so creepy. Yeah.
Did you ever go back to that lake?
Never went back.
So great. He's just clearing out Lake Poway. What if he's a guy that wants to start like a business, or he loves the birds or something? He doesn't want anyone to bother the birds, so he's trying to scare away everybody away.
It's like the Grinch, the lake Grinch. Yeah. Oh. Back to Chelsea King. This is her murderer. I don't know, what is his name? John Albert Gardner. And you know where my friend Stephanie lived in Westwood? That's where his mom lived, and that's where he ran away to and hid in that house.
In San Diego?
Right here in San Diego. Yeah, right by the field I'm talking about.
I'm just saying that for other people.
Oh, yes. Sorry. San Diego. Anyway, so it has happened here. And then we also had the guy in Sabre Springs, which is about 15 minutes away, who took the girl from the camper, the RV, or no, they found all the blood in the RV. I forget all the facts of that, but
By the way, the guy she just showed, okay, here's a little fun fact from my social psychology class.
Okay.
People, well, it doesn't really 100% relate to that, except that people on the jury, we most often associate wide faces and wide noses with aggression.
Oh.
So people, and we associate symmetrical, good-looking people. It's called like the halo effect, where we think that they're fine because they're good-looking, so they get away with a lot. And a lot of times jurors will dress up their people to look extra attractive in that way, like little glasses and chiseled jaws, just to make them get away, because juries go, oh.
Interesting. I wonder if they do contouring makeup and things like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to say yes to that, since they're all like...
Can you imagine that guy getting makeup though? He had a full beard. I don't know.
You kind of look like the wide face aggressor. That's why I was saying it.
Well, and they didn't pick a good picture of him either. He was like,
what was his story? He's just a creep because he looks young.
Yeah. What was his story? I don't know. I don't want to do true crime.
Let's not do
me out
murder
too much.
stuff. I know, me too.
Okay, but really quick, the other one I was talking about in Sabre Springs is Danielle Van Dam.
I remember that.
Yeah, and her guy was, what was his name? I thought it was, David Westerfield. And he was the one who our uncle-in-law did the videotaping of that trial. Remember, in the courtroom?
Right. Yeah.
So
I thought he was a sexual predator too.
Yes. Was he? Yeah.
Well, if
I don't know,
uncle-in-law was doing that, yeah.
Let's do a future episode on that too, because we have first person
We should
stories.
interview him. That would be great. He has to work with sexual predators who have done violent, terrible things and somehow like help them. It would be very hard, but yeah. Anyway.
All right. So on that note, no more sleepaway camp for Elliot. I'm keeping him home all summer. Same with Charlotte. No, Charlotte will do little cute camps. I'll find stuff for her. She's doing a little tennis and swim camp, but you know, she and her friends just play all the time. So
do Camp Aunt Nan. She's going to come here at some point.
Camp Aunt Nan. Yes. Will it open soon? When are you going to be done with school? How's school? Tell me how you are.
It's going to be done in December, I think, but maybe we could figure it out. Once I get this down with this new summer schedule, then we could do a weekend or something.
Okay. Oh, wait, this reminds me of your story. You texted me this whole thing about being on a Zoom call, speaking of Zoom, and the professor was talking about music of the world, right? And he talked about an important concert. So tell this story. This was hilarious. I never got to hear it firsthand, but I just saw
there's the professor. He's a really nice guy. He's super intellectual, PhD, world music professor. He's an ethnomusicologist, and so it was a class on world music, and we spent each lecture on different parts of the world. And finally it got back to, Europe, but we were spending time in Bali and, Javanese weird instruments and things around the.
Can you name a couple? Do you remember some of them?
Oh my gosh. The mbura, which is the thing that you play. Don't touch the microphone,
Don't play the microphone. You thought it and it happened. Ugh.
I see. I'm telling you, Joel. I'm telling you, and I even did a test. Ooh. I don't even want to say what it is. I'll tell you later.
Do you have telekinesis? Are you psychic?
I did say there was one person who hasn't reached out to me in 5 or 6 years. And I said, okay, if this is a true thing that's happening, then have that person reach out. And the next night that person reached out and said, I had a crazy dream about you.
What?
And
dude, I have chills. You've got it. You've got the gift.
Well, I don't know what it is.
Who was this person? Can you tell me?
I'm worried if he listens.
Oh, okay.
It was my ex who hasn't reached out to me forever. And he had a dream of like World War II and that people were cutting my stomach open and then we had to have sex and that it was some whole weird. And then there were like little fairy people who, and if you're listening, nobody knows who you are. But that was like, I had this moment of going, there's the person that never reaches out to me. So let's see if he'll reach out to me. And I got in his dreams.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
If you're listening, I have this ability. So watch out.
Can we play the lottery or
Yeah,
guess
let me
the
get
next
some.
racehorse or something. Let's do
I
it.
was in a class. By the way, I'm kidding. If you are listening, you're a nice person, and I was joking. But next time I'll come in and we'll have a nice stream. um, okay, so I did take a class really quickly on dreams, myths, and no, it was intuition with a guy. It's a psych professor who's also a PhD, very smart guy. Just derailed from the other professor story. Do you want to finish that one first?
No, do dream guy, and then we'll go back to music guy.
Holy shit, with these following the threads of stories. Quick dream one is you're supposed to at night write down. He gets his dreams will now talk to him in symbols and words, so they flash on the screen of his mind at night, and they'll give him answers to questions. So you are supposed to, I have the exact thing written down, but you're supposed to ask the exact question and get as specific as possible and ask for the answer and do it right before bed. And then I guess that's it, is you do a 20-minute meditation if you can. A lot of people won't, but if you can't do that, ask your question very specifically and expect an answer and you will get it. And if it doesn't happen the first night, just keep going for a week.
Wow.
And ask the same question.
Now, what if you don't dream a lot? What is the answer to people who say, I don't remember my dreams? And like, how do you?
The biggest thing for that apparently is to drink water before bed. Try to wake up. For me, it is 3 hours before I actually wake up. If you could set your alarm like at 3 or 4 in the morning, wake yourself up and then go back to sleep, you should be able to remember your dream.
Oh,
yeah.
That's annoying. I wouldn't go back to sleep after that. I don't think I could do that.
So if you can't, then I would put a journal by your bed and just become very aware that you're going to lay there. Don't move positions. Don't roll over. Don't do anything. Lay there and have like a little journal by your bed with the intention that you're going to write down your dream. And you should start consciously.
So the moment you wake up, just stay in that dream state and then write it down.
Stay in the dream state. Don't move except for your little dream journal. But lay there and think of your dream. And as soon as you move or as soon as you start thinking, I should make coffee, I wonder if anyone's, then it goes away.
Yeah. Okay. So, that's cool. So I did that dream journal art book a while ago in one of our episodes. And that actually worked because I knew I had to draw what I had just dreamt about. And so I had that right by my bed. And it was amazing how when you get into that mode, you really do, you can remember them. So
So do that if anybody wants to. There's no big science to it. You just wake up and do that.
Okay.
Mine is, anyway.
That's
so the other
wild,
story.
Weens,
Wild Weens.
Those things. Okay.
I'm like your wild man, but I'm a wild ween.
Now. I had a wild ween.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But not when you're 12.
Up. Yeah, that too.
Sorry.
You could play a game that we had. Our friend, when he was a little boy, my weirdo sister and her friend would play stand-up ding-dong.
No. Wait, this leads into your music story, but no. What happened?
Okay, we'll come back to stand-up ding-dong.
No, okay, I'll just say it really quick. He was just a little kid, and every time he changed his diaper, he had a little weenie that would just stand up like a little Vienna sausage, little tiny
like a beanie weenie
thumb thing. There it is. And we always sang the song like stand up ding dong. And as he got older, like a toddler, we'd be like, do the stand up ding dong. And so he'd take off his diaper and lay on the ground and it would go beep. And we thought it was so funny. That was it. We were just dumb.
It was innocent fun. They were all very young.
There was no touching or weirdness.
See, I had this whole vision, like you guys would hold hands and do a little circle going, stand up ding dong, stand up ding dong. And he would like have it go.
No.
Okay.
It was just a tiny little weenie, but when he laid on his back, it couldn't lay flat. It was just tiny. So it just goes.
Such a weird story.
So weird. Hello.
Yeah. It's not weird. You know, we're very repressed sexually in our culture.
Yeah.
So we need to be more free. Dink. Just let the dinks go. We all were free dinks when we were young.
That's
we
right.
Used to run around in the country.
Nobody looked, nobody cared. Like whatever size, it was all good. So there you go.
Yeah. Still, you know, do you ever wish we were naked? Music story. Here we go.
No, but I don't want unsolicited dick pics, please. Let's make sure that we're clear on that one.
Oh yeah, someone sent us a couple, huh?
We got,
thanks, guys.
Yeah, we got a few. We also got one from a listener after we told our when we interviewed Mom and we talked about her.
Oh yeah, my name is King Pippin, the short.
Yeah, that one.
Which is her ding dong short story.
Yeah, so we had a listener write in. She loved that story, and then she told us a story about someone that she was talking to at work, who then was bragging about how big he was and this whole thing, and then
the picture popped up, and we both went,
"Oh!" Yeah, I know, and that was a little interesting. So yeah. So
well, my sister's a little squeamish. I tried to do this with our COVID friend, the big guy who was the wiener COVID meme, the black guy who was a
rickrolled guy.
Yeah, when you got dickrolled. Okay, anyway, moving on. But my sister's a little more conservative or
I
squeamish.
Also didn't grow up in the day of text messages, and I guess dick pics are a very normal thing for girls to get and laugh about and send around to their friends. And I'm like, whoa, there it is. And
also you weren't
seen a whole lot of them. I don't know.
It's a little much, I would say. I don't want to see them.
Yeah.
I would rather have a little mystery involved, you know?
Yeah. You would like to solicit them, not unsolicited. Right.
Well, I look at it, I am like, oh, I think it's another Muppet character. I look closer. It's not Gonzo with a funny hairdo. It's something else. It's confusing. I'm still stuck in the kid phase of I want everything to be happy and fun. People are very it's a different world.
Right. We are actually two very mature women listeners, just so you know. But yes.
Well, why don't we talk about wieners and Twinkies?
Continue with your Eurovision story.
Jeez Louise, that was 12 minutes ago. Okay, I'm in this class. Professor, he's a PhD, ethnomusicologist. Nice guy. He talks a lot, lectures, but in a nice way. Anyway, I got excited. We're getting towards the end of the class. Maybe a little loose. Maybe I've talked a lot. We get to the end. We're talking about Europe. It's great. And then we're talking about all the different European instruments and classical and Vienna and Mozart and all this stuff. And then he gets to the end of his European lecture, which I think he was talking about it in a serious way of Eurovision and how important it is. Eurovision is the music concert that brings together many different countries.
It's like the Olympic music, right? All the countries compete.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of like this weird watering hole thing where you don't kill each other at the watering hole. Like in Africa, the lions and the things drink and nobody hurts each other. It's like, even if countries are fighting at Eurovision, we are all competing for a great ABBA song.
That's right.
So ABBA. How do you say it, folks?
I say ABBA, but apparently it's ABBA, right? That's the official way.
I say ABBA, but I also say apple. So apparently I came out of a Wisconsin twink.
Yeah.
Take that out. Sorry. Hey, but listen. So anyway, he mentions Eurovision, right? And he was like talking professionally about Eurovision and saying how it brings it. But then he showed like a picture and it was ABBA. And so I thought it was like a green light, like, oh, we're loosening up here. And he was like, you may have also seen the movie Eurovision with starring Will Ferrell and whoever else. And I take my thing off mute. Nobody does. And I go, yeah, ding dong. Because that's what the guy says in the movie. Play more yeah, ding dong. If you've seen it, it's a very funny recurring part. Where like Will Ferrell wants to go off to compete in Eurovision. It's his big dream, except they play in the local pubs, and Yaya Ding Dong is like a real dorky folk song.
Right.
But everyone loves it. It's part of the Icelandic culture. Yaya Ding Dong.
Yeah. It's probably like the sing along margarita salt, salt. Right. Everybody gets into it.
Yeah. So Will Ferrell wants to shine with his Euro music, and they keep requesting the song. But it's one guy, a little like chubby guy with a beard, who keeps saying, "Play Yaga Ding Dong."
He's like the bar manager, right? Something like that.
Something. He's just like a patron. But anyway, I shout that out for my 100-person ethnomusicology class. Play Yaga Ding Dong. Dead silent. Nobody says anything. No one says anything on the comments, and the teacher goes, "Huh." And then he starts talking about European music again. Yeah.
That one, huh?
And my face turned bright red, but luckily we weren't on camera, but I just shouted it and then retreated. But he knows it's me. The thing pops up and I'm always writing in the chats. I'm the old person that doesn't care about asking questions. So anyway, it was just the most awkward. And I hope that someone out there
Oh,
Because my
Weens.
sister
I'm
understands. I do this
sorry.
all
You
the
have
time.
the best sense of humor. I get you. I love it. I think it's great. You're above. You're on a level above everyone else. They
All
don't
by
get it.
myself,
All
apparently.
by
Yeah.
yourself. Well, you knew
Oh,
one person in the class. You said this is the only response I got after the fact, right?
she texts me and she goes, OMG, Julianne. And then I did.
That was it.
That was a girl in a group or a little music group. Hey,
Oh,
by the way, our class did a project. Our group project together was it was a jazz project. So I went and filmed Steve Ferroni, our
Steve.
good friend who we interviewed, drummer
That's
of
right.
Tom Petty.
Yep.
And he was playing with Bob Mincer, who's a famous saxophone player. He's like a legendary guy who plays with the Yellow Jackets. And
Yeah, it was funny. I posted a picture of Steve Ferroni playing with him from a previous gig, and my other friend who plays guitar, jazz guitar, picked him out of the crowd. He goes, "Oh my God, Bob Mincer was there." So I guess he's like super well known. I didn't know this, but yeah.
I did. Unless you're in the jazz world, maybe it's not as prominent a name, but he's like the big. And so is Steve. And I'll make sure it's okay with him because I did that for the class. But we'll be releasing.
Nice. Yeah.
We'll show. They're so good. Oh my God.
It was so professional, and it was just in somebody's yard, right? Like
it's in Matt Corey's front yard. The stand-up. They played at the Coffee Shop Trio. Matt Pelletano, Matt Corey on stand-up, Pelletano's on keys, Ferroni's on drums, Minster sax, and then Chris Lewis is a young up-and-coming sax player.
Wow.
So we'll put a little of that on here because they're so good. Yeah. They would love it. They didn't care. They were happy I was recording. So
good. Okay. Yeah. I just saw on social media too that Steve posted another gig coming up at another place with the Coffee Shop Trio. Let me look for that while you keep talking. But yeah, they're so
Pelletano,
good.
by the way, I was going to cover this subject on him, but he goes off into another world when he plays, and it's so cool. He's full, like not conscious. It's really interesting to see, and he's so good. And
I noticed that when they played your birthday party 2 years ago in your yard, he was just in another world, and it reminded me of the movie Soul. When the guys
that's what she used.
Piano, really? Oh,
the girl used that as an example of being in the zone, quote unquote.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. It really was. It was.
I love that as an idea too, of a question to get people involved, listeners and everything. Let's put out something of where do you get lost? Where do you get in that place where time is relative?
Yeah. I like it. All right. So Steve Ferroni and the Coffee Shop Jazz Trio, they have live Sundays from 1 to 3 p.m. at 4327 West Adams Boulevard. And it's
Los Angeles
at Johnny West Adams. That's the handle on Instagram. So I'll post this too, but there he is. That's Steve. And they're so worth seeing. I mean, so good. And
what's great, I covered syncopation because it's my favorite. And I didn't know, but syncopation is if you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 2.
Your whole Zoom screen is shaking. It's very syncopated. Yeah.
It's syncopated. So like that. An example is, 50 ways to leave your lover. Like boom, like the drumming on that. So that was the one but you trace it back. It's like, it goes back to Africa, and it's all over African music. So that's why it's cool to get out of the Western music brain and then start finding where this music pulls from. And all these guys in the interview that you'll hear with us on Mouse and Weens, they were talking about always pulling from other cultures and other music because there's crazy shit, excuse my French, like microtones and things.
What's a microtone?
Things that are in between, like our Western music has our dun 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 dun. Okay, you gotta ask Zoe about this. Microtones are like in Indian music or Asian music or African. They'll be we're not able to, how do you explain it? It's a note in between our Western scale.
Okay.
So there's all these different notes that are within our scale. So we don't even have a musical note written for it because it's in between.
Okay, you were telling me this. So we have our flats and our sharps and our solid notes, and then there's something in between that we don't even recognize. So
Mhm.
it must be a vibration on certain instruments or something, or
I think, you might be able to talk to someone else. I only took one class. I was just trying to get through it. But yes, like it would be on a sitar. It has, instead of just the frets of a guitar, or our piano has the white keys and the black keys.
right.
On a different kind of instrument, it would have an in between the black key and the white key. That's
Got
an
it.
easy way to explain it. Or in between the frets on a guitar, or
Okay.
so sitars and, weird. What was the instrument you were talking about from China that pipa?
Oh yeah. Well, you showed
yeah.
me a picture of it, and I just wondered what it was, because I love that long neck of it being played and the whole thing. I was just gonna throw in some Coldplay because that's my favorite and I have to. But their album Everyday Life was a
it's a microtonal hit.
It was an experimental album, but they did, every song is like almost a different ethnic sound. So sample that to hear some of the stuff. But and you know what? They have fans around the globe, and I think part of it is that they're being very inclusive of all different types of music. And they filmed the whole album music video in Jordan, from a mountaintop, and it was sunrise to sunset. It's got this whole kind of landscape feel, and it's really cool. I'll put links there too, just because
she loves her Coldplay.
Got to work it in somewhere. What do you say?
Oh, are you gonna cry? You're getting glassy eyes.
No, I'm not. But I just look baggy-eyed. This year has done a number on me, age-wise. This is another thing.
It's from staring at a weird blue screen all day long.
Yeah. I also need to next to massage acupuncture, I'm going to go get a facial. I got to get my face worked on. We also want to talk to Aunt Karen and maybe have her come on as a dermatologist expert and give us some advice. We have all these plans for these future episodes. So
let's do it.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Okay, so are we out of time?
It feels like we're good. Yeah. How do you feel?
Okay. Summer camps. I would like to take myself to a summer camp. Let's do it. France. Let's go.
Let's go. Nice? It's time. Things are starting to open up. I know that Europe is still kind of shut down. We were talking about it for the summer. It may not work out. We may have to stay domestic, or we're looking at some islands that we might be able to go to. Tahiti, perhaps, instead of our regular Hawaii. Well, regular. We've only been twice, but yeah, it's travel is in the future. I love it. I need this. It's like so great being out and about. I love it. But
nice.
Anyway,
I'm going with you.
Big plans. Yes, here we go.
Good day, everybody. We love you so much.
Thank you, you guys. We are Mouse.
We want to squeeze your cheeks, and we want to first give you 2 cheek squeezes, and then pull down that little part under your chin, and then waggle it, and then say, "Hey, thanks for being our friend."
Exactly.
Yes.
We're the weird aunties and grandmas that are not going to just pinch your cheeks. We're going to pinch your waggle. It'll be fun.
That's the part I'd like to point out in people.
The turkey neck. Yes, it's a good thing. All right. Everybody can go to mouseandweens.com to find all of our social media. Everywhere we are at Mouse and Weens. You got to spell it all out. And please do visit us on patreon.com/mouseandweens. If you would like to be a VIP, get free gear. We have t-shirts, we have cups, we have fanny packs, we have all sorts of stuff. Masks, we're still sort of wearing masks. Some people are, but it's all there. Go to the store on mouseweens.com, and then you can find, you can find our store. We have our regular store, but then Patreon people get free stuff. So and that keeps us afloat, and we love our patrons so much. So thank you to our wonderful patrons, and you know who you are, and we send you special videos and songs and talk to you, and you get all the outtakes and all the fun stuff. So go check that out. Weens, we also need to start putting your music in the front of the episode.
Ooh,
because
thanks.
You always play us out, but we need to showcase
Nobody
it.
stays on that long.
We don't know. I'm really bad with these stats.
They tune out. Nobody
I don't believe it. I think people do. We've had requests for you to put all your songs on an album.
Guys.
I have an idea for that too. Future, when it's November, which is the Nano Podmo month, whatever, where you have to put out an episode every day in the month of November. I think we should do it. And a lot of it will be your songs.
Oh, really? Oh, see, right? Look at her. Look at how nice you are to do.
Well, and then it can all be there in one chunk of a place you can send people to listen to your music. If you want. Unless it's like copyright stuff that you have to worry about.
No, I don't. Nobody really cares much.
Stop
I'm just
it.
kidding. People love it.
Everybody
and they keep
cares.
requesting. No, I'm just
That's right. Live concerts. We have many plans. It's going to happen.
We do.
Think it into reality, Weens. Use that brain of yours. That wonderful.
I'm going to, yeah. Okay, gosh
Cosmic
darn
brain.
it. No more self-deprecating. Everybody out there, today is the time to say, yes, I'm great. And I'm going to say that into the camera. I am great. I feel uncomfortable. You
and
say
we are Mouse and Weens, and we are great. It is uncomfortable,
Yeah,
especially when I'm
uncomfortable.
hiding behind my microphone.
Because show your tooth. Show that.
All right, one flash.
Ah!
Stop it, all right? We'll see if people watch it this far.
It's my favorite.
Oh, God. It's so dumb. I have to get my fake teeth soon. All right, Mouse and Weens, everybody, thank
Love
you so
you.
much listeing, watching, and we will
Bye,
see you
everybody.
later. Bye.
To the ladies.
Out of my eyes, I want to help you feel me out. It's been locked up, I let it out. My butterflies have dried their wings.
Did you know that the Podfix Network, home of It's Not Rocket Surgery, Checking In with Chomo, and more, has its own network podcast? Go wherever fine podcasts are found and look for Podfix Presents. Network highlights, interviews, roundtables, and more, all showcasing the eclectic depth of Podfix talent. So subscribe today. Podfix Presents on your podcast app of choice. And check us out at www.podfixnetwork.com, at Podfix on Twitter, and official_Podfix on the gram. The Podfix Network, artist owned and loved.
This was a podcast of the Podfix Network. You can check out more shows like it at podfixnetwork.com.